Hi, in this video we're going through deleting a character, creating a new character, and the most frequently asked questions for when you're creating a second character in GTA Online. Hi and welcome back. My name's Dan and I'm an old, grumpy gamer. A little over 2 years ago, we released a video showing you how to create a second character in GTA Online. We followed that up with another one on some of the things that are kept and lost when you're making a new character in Grand Theft Auto. Over the last 2 years, we've answered more than 1,000 questions across those videos, and even released a couple of follow-ups, including how to swap between characters and how to max all of your stats. We've distilled those questions and comments down to 40 queries, and in this video, we're going to be going through all of them. Before we dive in, if you're new to the channel, we do how-to guides, news, and giveaways, so consider subscribing and ringing the bell to stay up to date. And if you're looking for a specific question, there are links to each of the answers, timestamps in the description below. So let's start with a quick recap. Open the pause menu, go to online, and then swap character. Click OK, and confirm that we're quitting, and then hold tight for a moment. If you have a character in your second slot already, you can delete them by toggling to the right and then selecting delete. Confirm. And then confirm again. Okay, now that we have a free slot, once everyone's back in frame, we can toggle to the right and then hit edit. You'll be prompted to copy your level over. It's up to you if you want to do that, but for this exercise, I'm starting fresh. And now we can start editing. Okay, so on to the frequently asked questions. All right, so the first and one of the most asked ones is, if I copy my rank over, will my first character lose their rank? And the answer is no. So your rank is copied, not transferred. So copying your rank does not affect your first character. The next is, if I copy my rank over, will the bank account still be shared? And the answer to that one is a resounding yes. Your second character will still have access to anything deposited in Maze Bank. So what happens if you don't copy your level over? Well, it's a fresh start. Your second character starts with a fresh, clean slate at level 1 from the tutorial with no unlocks. However, the bank account is still shared. Do you get the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack again? And the answer to that one is no. Rockstar aren't that generous. You know, the cash, buildings, and vehicles are not given to your character again. That said, any of the unlocks that you have are still available. So can my second character access my business or my apartment or bunker? And the answer is no. So your second character is completely independent with the exception of the bank account from your first. So you'll need to purchase the properties again or purchase new properties with your second character. Will my character have access to all my vehicles in inventory? And again, that one is a no, because the characters are separate, so you'll need to purchase new vehicles, weapons, clothing, and armor for your second character. However, it's a really, really good opportunity to create a new aesthetic for your second character, which I've done here with Jeff. Why can't I access high-end clothes or some of my weapons? And the answer is most of your unlocks are reset, especially if you've started from scratch again. So your second character's unlocks will be completely reset and you'll need to grind the levels to get the unlocks open again. If my character earns money, will it be available to the first? And yes, any money that you deposit in the bank is available to both characters. So can I separate my bank accounts? And this is a massive pain in the backside. You can't. So there's no way to give each character a separate bank account. However, there is a workaround to this one. What you do is you swap to your first character, withdraw all the money from Maze Bank, and then swap back to your second character. And that is like your second character starting with a new bank account or a fresh bank account because they've got zero balance. However, this is not recommended, because if you swap back to your first character and forget and you get robbed, you will lose a lot of money. So it's a very, very bad idea, but it is a workaround to people trying to do a rags to riches kind of thing. All right, so help, all my cars are missing. All right, first thing you need to do is swap back. So your cars, properties, weapons, clothes, businesses, inventory, don't copy to the second character. They should just still be on your first character. All right, so you've swapped back and all your cars are still missing. Well, it happens every now and then. Sometimes the game can get a little bit upset, so you just do a reboot. Chances are it's a minor glitch. If you just exit the game and reboot your console or your PC, 95% of the time it'll fix itself. All right, and finally, they're still missing after a reboot. What you'll need to do is contact Rockstar support. It means that there is a problem with the account or with the service. So take a photo or a screenshot or a screencast, and that's super important because it allows Rockstar to see precisely what's going down. Then shut down the game and report the issue to Rockstar. Don't try and continue the game with this in place. They may have to restore your account to a previous point, and that could mean that you end up wasting time. All right, can I do the treasure hunt again? And yes, you can. However, you'll receive the special weapon, but you won't get a second lot of cash. Rockstar are a little bit tight with their funds there, but yes, you will get the fancy gun. Which brings us to the next one. Can I do the bounty hunt again? And that is also a yes. So you'll receive the special weapon if you do the hatchet challenge at the end, but you won't get that second 250 grand. Okay, if I rank up my second character, will my first rank up too? And that's a no. So once your second character is created, their progress is completely separate from the first and vice versa. So ranking up on one will not rank up the other. I made a second character and now my first is broke. Well, yeah, that's because you've got a shared bank account. So there is a temptation to create a second character and then tool up. You know, grab all the guns, grab a heap of cars, maybe grab a property, and then you go back to your first character and all the money's gone. And that's because the money in Maze Bank is shared between your two characters, not copied. So if you spend on one, it's not available to the other. Why doesn't my second character have their max strength, shooting, and driving? And that's because it's a fresh start. Even if you copy your level over, the second character's stats are starting from scratch. So that means you have to grind up your strength, your shooting, driving, lung capacity, stamina, the whole box and dice. So what happens to all my first character stuff when I'm playing on my second? And fortunately, it's all completely untouched. So your first character's inventory, vehicles, properties, weapons, collectibles, everything remains intact, except any money, of course, in that shared bank account. Can I make my second character my first? Now, this refers to the character selection screen. Sometimes people would like to swap their characters. So in this case, it would be Mr. Sharp on the right and Jeff on the left instead of the current setup. And the answer to that one's no. So unfortunately, you can't swap the slots. Once they're in, they're in. And that brings us to the halfway mark. Now, while I catch my breath and give my brain a break, it's probably an opportune time to mention we recently launched our Patreon page. Patreon backers get access to the most videos early, are automatically entered into exclusive Patreon-only shark card draws, receive priority responses to questions, and are invited to join any of the old grumpy gamers whenever we're gaming online. Details on how to become a backer are in the description below. While you're there, don't forget to enter our semi-regular milestone shark card giveaways, follow us on your favourite social media platform, or visit our website for all the latest in old grumpy gamer goodness. And back to the questions. Alright, next one, and this is super common, is can my little brother, can my little sister play the second character while I play the first? And the answer to that one is no. So you can only have one active login to an account at a time. So the characters, even though it's two separate characters, they're still attached to a single account, and you can only access that single account from one machine at a time. What happens if I glitch or mod on my second character? And that will be the ban hammer. So if we get busted or glitching, the entire account is banned, not just the character. Really important, especially if you're doing things you really shouldn't be doing on an account. You want to do that on a second account or an alt account, not just your second character. Okay, so this one I get a fair bit, which is, can I swap characters mid-mission? And the answer is both yes and no. So it's technically possible to do. You can certainly enter the online screen, you can get to the swap character menu, and you can swap characters. However, when you do that, you are in fact logged out of your current session and then logged into a new one. So you won't end up back in the same mission or even the same server in most cases. And you will, if you do that, be abandoning your teammates mid-mission, which is a move. Alright, my first character is level something. How come my second is only 120? And that's because of the level cap. So when you create a second character, if you copy your level over, Rockstar caps that to level 120, although that may have been changed to level 150 recently, I haven't tried. Can I copy my stuff from my first character to my second character? And the answer is no, you cannot. With the exception of a shared bank account, your characters cannot swap, trade, or copy anything over. If I delete my main character, will everything transfer to my second? Again, that's a no. So anything in your main character's possession will be irreversibly lost. And conversely, what if I delete my second character, will everything transfer to the first? And same again, that's a no, because anything in your second character's possession will be irreversibly lost. Right, next one's fairly common. How can I switch between characters? And the answer is there's another video for that one. There's a link in the description below on how to do that, or you can skip back to the start of this video for how to swap over. Alright, and if I delete my first character, will my second become my main? Now this again relates back to the character selection screen. If you were to remove and completely delete your first character, will your second character move over into that first main slot? And the answer, of course, is yes. So your second character will move to the left of the character select screen and become your default if you delete your main. So I get this one a fair bit. How do I make a custom character in GTA 5, so not GTA Online? And this, I guess, is a little bit challenging because it's not part of the vanilla game, but you can do it using modding. So there's no character editor in GTA 5, so you'll need to mod your game to customize GTA 5 characters. And it's not a custom character in the same way that you have on GTA Online, it's simply just a reskinned Franklin or a reskinned Trevor. There's links in the description below to a video on how to get started on modding as well. Can I do the same heist with each character? So again, this is a yes and no. Yes, you can perform the same heist multiple times, but no, you cannot do the literal same heist with two characters at once. You'd be surprised how often people ask that. Can I change my character's gender? Another yes and no this time. You can choose your character's gender when you're creating a new or second character, but you cannot change once the character has been created without glitching. Is my second character's KD reset? And that's a no, because your KD or your KDR, if you prefer, is attached to your account, not your character. Alright, I made a mistake creating my second character, can I change it? And this is a possibly. If you're below level 6 or getting close to level 6, you can change the aesthetic or the look of your character, and you get that free of charge at level 6 when you log in. Or you can delete a character and start again. If you're a bit further up the chain as well, you can also get the plastic surgery, but that costs 100k. If I sell my car with a second character, will my first get the money? And yeah, actually they do. So if you sell anything and deposit the money into Maze Bank, both characters will have access. Alright, I bought a shark card a while ago. Will I get it again on my second character? And that's a resounding no. Rockstar only lets you use the shark card once. They will not reissue the funds for a second character. Can I spin the casino wheel a second time with my second character? And that's a no. You can only use the chocolate wheel at the casino once per day per account. And same goes for the can I do daily objectives once per character per day, and that's a no as well. So you can only complete the daily objectives once per day per account. Okay, can I hit my daily sell limit again on my second character? Still a no for that one. Your daily sell limit is attached to the account, not the character. Next one's surprisingly common. Where did this free apartment come from? And the answer is it's free real estate. If your main character owns a property and you copy your level over, when you create your second character, that second character gets a free apartment. However, it's worth nothing, so you can't sell it. Well, you can trade it in, but you can't sell it. My first character's name is showing above my second when I'm playing. And that's a not quite. There's some technical back of house reasons for this one, but basically it's your username that floats above your head when you're playing, not your character's name. I honestly have no idea why Rockstar have character names. They don't show up anywhere. So what are your thoughts? Do you have any tips for other reviewers, or have we missed anything? Leave your comments down below, and if we get enough questions, we'll do a part 2 as well. So check out the video on the left to learn how to create a second character, or the one on the right for another great Old Grumpy Gamers video. Stay safe, wash your hands, and we'll see you in the next video.